Where my girls at? Where my girls at? Independent, free spirit. Ooh, it's something serious. Where my girls at? We link up in a cool minute. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. It's going down tonight. We going out tonight. Yeah, right. We going out tonight. It's going down tonight. Yeah, right. It's going down tonight. We going out tonight. Yeah, right. We going out tonight. It's going down tonight. Yeah, right.
Hey everybody, welcome to We Got Issues. We're excited to be with you on today. Today's topic is absolutely one that I know every single one of you are going to be able to relate to. When we talk about money, come on. When you talk about money, everybody leans in, right? So we're talking about going from overdraft to overflow. And when I tell you, you know what the Bible says, money answers what? All things. And yes, it is a happy Friday. And so we're glad that you are here, and we're excited about our guest on today. When I tell you, we had an opportunity to be in her space, a class that she taught at Nora Sharice, Business Women on the Move for God. And when I tell you, she did a fantastic job. So I guarantee you guys are going to enjoy her on today. So we'll come back to you in just a little bit.
It's going down. It's going down. It's going down. It's going down. It's happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. It's Gloria Mayfield Banks out of the DMV between Baltimore and DC and Ellicott City. I'm so excited to be with you guys today. Seriously, I am excited about today. I'm excited about this topic. I love to talk about money. I'm gonna tell you straight up, I love to talk about it. I love to talk about what it could do for you. I love to mastermind it. I've been with it. I've been without it. I'm so excited today. And we have a guest with us today, but today is a special day. First, I want to say we're missing our girl, Sabrina Goodwin Monday. We are missing her. And when I turned on the news this morning and found out one of the biggest parts of the events that she was going to in Tulsa had been canceled, backed up by some money deal. You guys know, I knew CBS didn't tell the whole thing, and I was like, wow. So we might go a little bit into that, but that is, again, another example about how money plays such a big part in so many parts of what we do. But I'm excited that we're here. You're listening to 910 AM, the Superstation. And the name of our show, what? Our talk radio is We Got Issues, because we got issues, you got issues, and everybody got issues. Everybody got issues. And we're out of WFDF out of Detroit, but it's an international listing. So we're glad that you've tuned in from around the world. We're glad that you turned in from around the nation. We're glad that we're growing our tribe. It is always more fun to have our tribe grow and grow and grow. So this day is about overdraft to overflow. I'm gonna be straight with you. I can relate. Now, anybody told you they've never done an overdraft? Whatever. But this girl right here has been in the overdraft, run to the bank, just barely making it to overflow for real. And I'm so glad to have a place where I can tell the journey and help other people make that journey as well. You guys, it is exciting that I'm getting ready to come out in a documentary talking about millionaire women across the United States. And it's 50 millionaire women that are going to be interviewed in 9 documentaries. And it's going to be starting to announce. You're going to see it all over the place. But I'm so excited to bring this topic because sometimes women are so good at talking about money. And then sometimes women are so nervous about talking about money. And I'm going to say right up front, let me just say right up front, we know we got some men listeners, but every man loves a woman. Let me tell you something right now. So we know that we're going to be touching everybody. So I'm going to go over to my co-host. Oh my gosh, out of the I grew up in the D. She's still in the D. My son lives in the D, and we're all going to the D next month. So D is happening. Chris, talk to us. Talk to us.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another segment, another exciting segment of We Got Issues. When I tell you this topic right here, Gloria, I promise you, I know it's going to be part of the segment where my feet going to hurt because she going to be stepping all on my toes. Okay. So it's that topic where you start sweating. I need to put on more deodorant. Okay, being a part of this topic, but I will tell you, this is a topic, and I'm gonna tell you, there are topics that you have that make you uncomfortable, but it's good because many times you're made uncomfortable in order to grow. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm so excited about our guest being here because we had an opportunity to be in her space a couple of years ago when our girlfriend Nora had her business Women on the Move for God. And I'm telling you, I thoroughly enjoyed being a part of her class because, you know, there are people that talk about money and sometimes you can't really understand everything that they're saying and you leave kind of confused. Like, I know it's information I needed to know, but I didn't really get it. And then there are people that can break it down and and you like, okay, I got it. And so I'm glad she's going to remind us of some things and definitely, you know, get us back. For those of us that might be a little off track, I'm hoping that we get back on track after she's done. So again, I'm excited about today's show, Overdraft or Overflow. I'm throwing it to my girl, Caterina. What's up, Caterina? California girl.
Girl, anyone who tries to say money doesn't make the world go round will lie about other things too. Okay?
Absolutely.
I mean, you know, that text stream jumping off with everything Sabrina has shared with us, the inside scoop has been so serious. And just the big news this morning, you know, this ain't a political show, but I'm just saying, I cannot believe that we are not about to have a commission to investigate January 6th.
Okay,
let's
talk about
try to tell me that doesn't have to do with money.
Let's talk about it for a second.
Does that have to do with money? Because you brush everything under the rug, which is exactly about what happened in Tulsa, you know?
Right. But
you know
one
what?
of the things, go ahead, Chris.
I was just going to say, you know what is so disheartening and what just makes you mad is the hypocrisy. You know, when, several years ago when all of that went down with Benghazi, I mean, they wanted every commission. They wanted 3, 4, 5, 6 commission. We got to we got to find all the information. We got to find out what went on. And then something like this, it's just opening my eyes, you guys, to politics. You know, I've never been a real political person, not deep into it. But I mean, when I tell you the covers are coming off, everything is coming, the blinders are coming off of my eyes of how things really do work in Washington. But it's such a sad day when you cannot come together in a bipartisan way and say, we need to find out what really went down. Right.
I'm telling you, I've been talking to a friend of mine. She's going to be joining our Force of Friendship Tribe because she's been politically involved. And I said, you need to come on our show so we can talk to more women about how we get politically involved at not just voting, but really running for office, all kind of offices, because this is opening up everybody's eyes. Why would you not want to know what happened? Why would you not want to know what happened on January 6th? I mean, why would you not want to? But we all know why we don't want to. We know why they don't want to know.
Right.
So we all really know.
Money.
Exactly.
My fake money in my drawer. This right here.
That girl's a visual girl. She's a visual girl for real, you guys. Seriously. Talk about back on track. And you're right. We cannot wait for Sabrina to come back next week to tell us about what really went down in Tulsa. So we're going to ask all our tribe, everybody. You guys stay woke and stay tuned to all the specials that are going on this weekend about Tulsa. about the racial massacre, you have to really understand it. And this is the first time that it's been on blast, you guys. And let's just be clear. It's been 100 years, 100 years. And everybody's going to be talking about it. So we truly must become aware, because it is finally going to hit the history books, and it's going to be up to us to make it loud and make it available for other people to learn. So we're going to be excited about that. Okay, so Chris used these terms: back on track, back on track, back on track with our money. Now, I don't know, we can't see y'all on the radio, but I bet you if you had to raise your hand, you could say, girl, I was on track, then I fell off track. Then I was on track, then I fell off track. Then I was on my mama's track, then I fell off track. Then I brought some money from my sister, I was on track, then I got off track. Then I went shopping, I got on track, then I got off track. Then I redid my house, I did all track. I mean, we've been on and off and on and off and on and off. So this is exciting. We're going to open up the conversation. But first, I'm going to tell everybody, write this number down and call us. 313-778-7600. You guys, talk to us and let us know your real deal. We're going to give y'all some real deal here. But we're so excited. Marionne, you got to come on here. And you guys, welcome Marionne Antoinette. She is excited. We met her like Chris said, when our girlfriend Nora Sharif had her. And you know how sometimes you have a speaker that really moves the room. I called her afterwards. I was like, oh no, you have information I need to know. No, we need to understand. I don't care how much money I need. You said a couple things, like, what did you mean by that? Like, and what do you mean by that? And what are you talking about that? You know, it's just, I like to open up our mind to everything. And there's so much that we can cover, so much that we can cover. Marionne, first, everybody, her name is Marionne. Okay. Now, you know, Gloria Mayfield Banks. I said, send me a voice message, because when I was reading, it was all crazy. Okay. So I want everybody now out of Atlanta, Georgia. She's an amazing woman who has really has a passion. That's what I want to say. I love women who are driven by their passion. Not only is she in the financial world, but she's also a realtor. Now that we know this, I found out this week, that's how you say it. She's a realtor. Okay. We learned a lot on We Got Issues.
Yes, we do.
We're learning a lot about it. But I got some stats for y'all to hear. But before I read those stats, Marionne, tell them a little bit about you. And you know what I told her, and I tell everybody, brag upon yourself. Don't hold nothing back. This is our tribe of amazing women that want to be more amazing. And soon and very soon, we don't know when, but soon and very soon, we will all be getting together. And when we do, we're going to bring nothing but amazing women. And you're clearly one of them. So tell them a little bit about yourself and give them a lot about your background, and don't hold nothing back.
Well, first of all, can you hear me okay, Gloria?
Yes. We can hear you great.
Awesome. So let me just first say thank you so much for this platform. I appreciate it. I don't know why I'm nervous. Like, you all are some amazing women. You know, so to even be on a platform like this with the three of you all is phenomenal. So thank you so much. So just a little bit about myself. I am a young lady who taught for many decades, taught at the elementary school level, decided to dip into the credit and financial world, was able to retire after 3 months of starting my credit business. And so I walked out of—
Wow. No, seriously. We talked about entrepreneurship a lot. Congratulations.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yes, thank you so much. So so what I've been doing for the last 4 years is now educating people on an area that really should be in our school system, right? When you think about credit and finances. And so I'm just as passionate about teaching on financial literacy as I was teaching math and science and all of that. But the reality is this topic is not in our school system. So I just go across the nation teaching people, helping people to get on the path to financial freedom. I have 3 beautiful kids. As you stated, I'm now a realtor, because what I realized was that most of the people that were coming to me for credit, they were trying to purchase a home, right? So I did my math, and I was like, why don't you go get your license? And that's exactly what I did. And just out here just helping people. That's it. I not a big deal. I'm just little Marionne out here helping some people.
Tell us about your kids. How old are they?
My children are 14, 17, and 18. And they are the love of my life. You know, that's who I live for. That's who I live for. So yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, we have this thing. One of us is messy, one of us is classy, one of us is bossy, and one of us is crazy. And somebody might be lazy. No, none of us are lazy. Some of us might be flighty. We might, it always has to end up with a Y. So you can pick your word or you can make up a word that fits for you. But we are all the girlfriends everywhere. We're all picking something that ends with a Y. Well, classy. What's some other ones? Busy.
You know, we got
sassy. Sassy. Right. So
techie.
But really, techie. I mean, we got a lot. So you guys, let's dive into this for just a second. Let me give you some stats that are really important. Let me tell you this, the gender gap and the wage gap, some quick facts about it. The average woman, as we know, gets paid less. We know that. I'm making about 20% less, you guys, 20% less. A woman median full week's pay was about $770 in 2017 and $941 for a man. That is a very significant difference. And then they said that divorce threatens financial stability. Incredible. Now, Marionne, we had a realtor on earlier this week, and we got into a discussion that you just touched upon, which was if it affects the way that you can purchase. We were talking about housing discrimination, but we know how much housing has a foothold on the culture of Black African Americans because of our ability to buy or not buy, ability to refinance or not refinance. I mean, all of that goes in there, and you deal with credit. So I am excited about this conversation. It talks about the 5 financial regions. I want you guys to think about this as you get ready to call in, because I know you're going to call in at 313-778-7600. But as you get ready to call in, 5 reasons financial success is important. Number 1, women are earning more money on average than ever before. So what that says to me, if women are making more money, they need to know what to do with the money they make, because if they're not careful, they will make more and be in the same situation. It's never how much you make, it's how much you do with what you make.
Wow.
Women are still earning significantly less than their counterparts. So we still talked about that. We just talked about that. Then it talks about women live longer than men and take more time off from the workforce. So they live longer and they stop working. So their money has to go further. So that's going to be very important. And then get this one. I really love this one. Women are more emotional about finances than men. Mm-hmm. Now, Marionne, I know you talk to a lot of men, a lot of women in the audience, and we talk to a lot of women. So when women are more emotional, the survey said that it adds stress, which ties to worse sleep, weight gain. Let me say that again. Weight gain. Let me say that again, because that's my pet peeve. Weight gain, and impacts your overall financial confidence. So if you don't have financial confidence, just like in any other area of your life where you don't have confidence, it makes it very hard for you to move forward, because you don't want to move to the left. You don't want to move to the right because the financial piece is taken away. 90% of women at some point in their life will be solely responsible for their finances. 90% of women at some point in their life will be solely responsible for their finances. 90%.
Wow.
That's huge, y'all. 90%. Okay, so you know what that says? That says every woman at some point in her life will be completely responsible for her finances. Right. So on We Got Issues today, we're going to help everybody pull their head out of the sandbox and really get deep about money. So just a little bit before we go to the break in about 2 minutes, Marionne, if you were to say the one thing that you know is most important, it's probably not one, but just talk about one top thing that you think is important at this time. One top thing when it comes to money.
Well, I think you kind of touched on it, Gloria. It's not so much as how much you make, right? But it's what you do with the money, right? So if you're bringing in, let's just use a realistic number. If you're bringing in $4,000 a month, right? But you're spending $5,200 a month, right? So 4,000 times 12, that's about 48,000. Most people probably are making that. But well, you're over budget, right? So something is off. So even if you're making $40,000 a month, right? But you're spending $52,000 a month, then you're over budget, right? So again, you kind of touched on it. It's not about how much money you make. It's really about what are you doing with the money that you're making? And then are you allowing your money to make money for you?
Right. Okay. So ding, 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 ding. She talked about budget. She talked about budget. I got a story for y'all about budgets. So we're going to be able to talk about that when we come back from the break as well. But we got some stories for you all. But when you said budget, I was like, oh, I so remember that. I got stories for you. So we're going to go to our break real quick, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to hear stories from everybody, and we're going to be talking to you, and we're going to talk to our callers. So you guys feel free to call in because we got issues. You got issues. We all got issues, and we're here to talk to you. See you in a minute.
Okay, you guys. So yes, we got money issues. So I want you guys to put it in the chat. Some of the lessons that you have learned over the years about your money and even your habits. I mean, one of the things that I'm going to talk about a little bit later is, saving money is not as sexy as spending money. Now you might say, what? Saving money is not as sexy as spending money. And what I mean by that is you don't have a lot of people, especially when it comes to women. We are always very complimentary of other women. And if you see somebody, especially in our business, we're always talking about give a sincere compliment. Well, to look nice costs money, right? And I'm not saying that you have to be that woman that's always, wearing designer clothes and spending your money on designer bags. But whether you shop at Saks Fifth Avenue or whether you shop at TJ Maxx, you're still spending money. Some cost more, some less. But think about it. The gratification that you get when somebody said, oh, you sharp. I like that outfit. I like those shoes. I like your purse. That sends endorphins to your body. And it's an instant satisfaction and gratification. But think about how often somebody has said to you, I'm so proud of you because you saved, this amount of money. I'm so proud. You got that much money in the bank. What? You didn't spend money for this. You didn't spend money for that. And so it really is thinking about money in a different way, because again, a lot of times, we can be individuals that like that quick gratification. And with money, you put it in the money. I mean, you put it in the bank. And of course, we know you don't make a whole lot of money just leaving your money in the bank because the interest that you get is very, very little. So you have to learn how to do some things with your money that's going to cause that money to grow. And so I think that, it's just a rethinking of money in a different way and talking about it differently and feeling different about, do I really need to buy another pair of shoes? I mean, I just, moved out of a house that I have been in for 18 years. And oh my goodness, I had so much stuff that I didn't even realize I had. It's bad sometimes when you look and you bought something twice because what you had was stuffed in the closet somewhere. And what that has really taught me is we don't need as much stuff as we think we do. And I'm just thinking about all the money that I could have if I hadn't spent it on material things, which is not going to give you a great return. And so we get ready to come back on, but just thinking about, different habits, I'm excited about now saving money, making sure that, I don't have the same spending habits that I had before, which is making a huge difference. And I'm telling you, I'm looking at money totally differently. So we're coming back.
Oh, we're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. We got issues. We got issues. We got issues. I want y'all to tell everybody, look them in the eyeball and say, girl, you know you got issues. You need to tune in to We Got Issues every day, Monday through Friday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 9:10 a.m. the Superstation. You can get the app. You can watch us on Facebook. You can find us, and we want to know. I love what Terry Bell said. She said, my mom taught me to look for quality at the bargain. She said, it's not what you pay, it's how you wear it. You guys, we have so many great tips coming from you guys with ideas on how to do your money. We promise to bring it here at this show, powerful, positive, and not Pollyanna, for sure, you guys. And I want to tell you, Mariana said something really great. She said, you guys, you can text the word overflow to 678-778-2930. Why? Because she deals with each one of her clients personally. And I can honestly tell you that is exactly where she shines. She makes you feel totally great. Well, I'm going to tell you something. There was a time in my life when I had to do a budget. I still cringe at the thought of it. It was after the instability that a divorce had put me through. And I often, when I'm talking to women, I often say that I ask them straight up, do you have any money? I just ask them straight up, do you have any money? Because whether you have money or not does not have to do with your ability to make money. Many times it has to do with your ability to know what to do with money, or life hits you. And life hit me. So life hit me, and life hit me hard. And I didn't want to move from my house, and I didn't want to do this. And I didn't have one of those ex-husbands that was generous. He didn't leave me and say, oh, girl, here's a whole bunch of money. Y'all go live it up. You know, he said, okay, you want to leave? Okay, have at it. So I sat down with a finance woman to tell me what I need to do. And so we created this budget, Mariana. And she said, okay, so you can't go out to eat. I said, okay. She said, you can't go to the dry cleaners. I said, okay. You can't go to the movies. I said, okay. I said, can I wear panties? Like, what is the deal? What can I do? Oh, gosh, is that what life is like on a budget? Oh, I'm telling you, I still quiver at the thought. But I will tell you, being under her guidance and telling me exactly what I could or could not do, I could not believe how quickly I was able to understand, how quickly I was able to breathe, how quickly I was able to move, and how much confidence I was able to understand that not only could I make it on my own, but how I could thrive on my own because of that word budget that I was running from before. Because when you don't have enough or whatever, you know, a budget can scare you, or a budget can make you really great. It's like anything that you're not educated about. So right. Give us some tips, Mariana, when you're talking to women and how you start out the conversation. Help us understand what happens when someone comes to you in the first place.
So when somebody comes to me, initially, most of the times they're coming to me for credit. And so we talk about their credit, but one of the services that I do offer is the budgeting tool, right? So yes, even if we get your credit together, if you don't have the budgeting if you don't get the budgeting under wraps, right, then you're going to end back up in the same situation, right? And so budgeting, Gloria, is actually it's not a bad B word. It's actually a great B word, you know. So budgeting is just simply, you know, you telling your money what to do as opposed to your money telling you what to do, right? That's all it is.
Okay. Wait. We gotta quote that. You telling your money what to do.
That's it. As opposed to your money. Oh, I like that. So, you know, if somebody on here loves Starbucks, Starbucks is your thing, right? So it's
why you pick Starbucks? Why you pick Starbucks?
I don't know, because y'all like all that coffee and cappuccino and all that. That's what y'all like. But and it's okay. It's okay to get your Starbucks. But what is not okay, right? If you're spending $400 or $500 at Starbucks and you're just swiping, right? And at the end of the month, you realize you just paid a car note to Starbucks, right? So if you like Starbucks, it's okay. Put it in the budget. Okay, so if you don't want to go over $100 and you get to the point where you're at $97.89, you know there's nothing at Starbucks for $2 and some change, right? So stop. So you've had your fix for the month, right? And now you wait until the following month because it's in the budget. That's it, you know. So but a budget is not really a bad thing at all. Again, it's really just helping to change your mindset and train you on how to, again, tell your money what to do. So you're not depriving yourself. You're just putting some boundaries around your spending habits, which is going to cause you to be able to save more, right? Invest more, and again, have your money to begin making money for you.
Right, right. So when you start with women or people, your clients, because I know you have men and women, when you start with clients, is that the first thing you do with them is a budget?
Well, the first thing, again, is what I do is they're coming to me for my credit services. So I'm helping helping them to, get negative items off of their credit file. So we go through their credit reports, we get their credit services started. And so then, yes, I do flow over to the budgeting. I do flow over to the net worth, right? So I educate my clients on how to figure out how much are you worth? How much are you worth? Because that's important, right? And most people are in the red, which is okay. But when you know better, you can do what? You can do better, right? So if you're in the red, let's have a conversation as to how we can decrease our liabilities, increase our assets, and get to the black, So I have 13 services that I go through every single client with, but it's usually starting off with the credit services, helping them to get those negative items like bankruptcies, student loans, tax liens, all those things off. And then we flow into the other financial areas because, again, even if your credit is right, that's good. We get your credit where it needs to be. But if you don't know how to budget, if you don't know how to save, then you're going to fall right back to the same situation that I found you in initially.
Right. Okay. So I have one more question. I'm going to let the girlfriends in, but I want to tell you this. When you spoke a couple of years ago, I was blown away when you explained how much you could get off your credit. Like how to get bad things off. So many people think it's that way. It's going to stay that way forever. So I know that if it hit me like this, it's going to hit a lot of people like this. Could you talk a little bit about how we, by lack of understanding, suffer in our financial situation because we don't know what can be cleaned up when we did things to ourselves or other people did things to us, and how you just impressed upon, like, just don't be late. Whatever you do, don't be late. Just don't be late.
Absolutely. So first of all, I want to say to the individuals that are listening to this, if you're in a situation, right, where you have anything that's negative on your credit report, it's okay. It's called living life, right? It's called going through life. So what, you have a repossession? It's okay. So what, you have an eviction? It's okay. So what, you have some student loans? It's okay. So what, you have a bankruptcy? It's okay. It's okay. It's called going through life. And as I stated before, you're probably in this situation because you just didn't know. Now, if you leave this conversation and now you know that there's a way for you to be able to do better, then that's on you. So most people are in this situation because they did not know how to do better. But the reality is, Gloria, is, my passion is teaching people about the Fair Credit Reporting Act of 1971. I'm a teacher, so go ahead.
Go ahead. Right? We looked at each other like, wow. Talk about it.
Yes, that is a federal law that allows everybody to legally dispute any negative item. So it doesn't matter if the collection is yours. It doesn't matter if the charge off is yours. The Fair Credit Reporting Act allows me to help my clients legally dispute, legally delete, or update those files on their credit reports. I promise you, as God is my witness, this is my passion. Just this morning, Gloria, I was able to call a client who's been with me for a little bit over 30 days and let her know her U.S. bankruptcy was off of her credit report this morning. So a lot of people are,
30 days.
Within 30 days. Now, I can't say that's going to be everybody's story, but her bankruptcy came off, right? And so again, the thing about it is, we think that these items, once they're on our credit report, that they have to stay. The reality is nothing has to be on your credit report. So if you have items that are on your credit report, let me help you get those items off of your credit report, because again, you're talking about going from renting to home ownership, right? You're talking about going from a high interest rate on your car to a lower interest rate on your car, right? So credit is everything. So there is a way. I get passionate. I'm so sorry, ladies. There is a way to get these items off of your credit report. Don't walk around with bad credit. Don't think that, you know, your situation is undoable. You know, it can come off. It can come
right.
off. Right. I got to calm myself down.
I know, because it was so good when you talked about the act. What is the act again, so people can look it up again?
Absolutely. The Fair Credit Reporting Act of 1971. So that means if you were born after 1971, we shouldn't have bad credit. Fair Credit Reporting Act of 1971, because it's been in place just that long to be able to help us get those items off of our credit files.
Right. Great. Anybody else, any of the girlfriends want to ask a question, make a statement?
Yes. You know what, Marionne, thank you so much for being on our show on today. I'm so excited to see you again. So you know what, I was thinking about money, and one of the things that I think sometimes is saving money is not as sexy as spending money. Okay, saving money is not as sexy as spending money. And the reason I say it like that is, you know, as women, especially in the business that we're in, we're always taught to, you know, give people compliments. You see people, oh, your hair looks nice. Your nails are fabulous. What you have on is nice. And whether you shop at Saks Fifth Avenue or you shop at TJ Maxx, you are still spending money. And because, you know, sometimes we like that instant gratification, it just feels good. You know, you had a bad day, you know, to get a pair of shoes makes you feel good. The endorphins get to going and you just, oh, it feels so good. And people are just like, oh, you look great. And so because people compliment you, people will do that habit. Whenever, like if you want your kids to do something, you compliment them and they do it again. And so sometimes you find yourself loving the compliments. And think about it. How many times have people said to you, oh my God, you got a lot of money in the bank. Wow, that's awesome. Right. You didn't spend money. Congratulations. You my role model. No, people see people with a fabulous bag. Guess what? Those are my hashtag goals. You never see people say hashtag my goal is to be like you and have $1 million in the bank. How can we redirect that gratification that feel good?
Good.
Wow. So let me say this right here. This is a so for me, legacy over lifestyle. I'm gonna let that sink in for somebody.
Wow. Right.
You can't pass down a Gucci bag. You can't pass down a Birkin bag, right? You can give it to somebody once you can't pass those things down. And the reality is, I would much rather be in a situation where I shop at TJ Maxx if I'm accustomed to shopping at the Saks Fifth Avenue, right? I would much rather shop at the Walmart, right? I would much rather shop at the Kohl's or wherever I need to shop to make sure that I'm not perpetrating and living for somebody else.
That's good.
Because oftentimes you just said something, and you just said something. Most women like compliments, right? So the reality is that kind of leads to something else, right? So if I'm having to feed off of somebody else telling me that I look good, or that for me, that's a little deeper issue, right? So we have to look within ourselves and not get caught up in what we look like on the outside. Okay, because as you're looking right on the outside, your bank account possibly could, and if you have the money, do it, but do it within reason. Do again your budget, right? But don't try to live up to the Joneses standard, because guess what? The Joneses, their lights are off.
The Joneses in the dark.
That is so. I've been trying to keep up with the Ellises. I done told her forever. I've tried to keep up with the Ellises. I only try to keep up with the Joneses. I don't know no Joneses, but I know some Ellises I've been trying to keep up with.
And Gloria, they don't even exist. So while we as women or individuals are out here trying to keep up with the next person, that person could be possibly struggling while they're trying to keep up with the next person, right? And it's just a ripple effect, right? So be okay with your rainbow jacket that I have on. You know what I'm saying? But I have money in the bank that's making money for me, right? I can look good in rainbow. I can look good in a Walmart pair of jeans. You know what I'm saying? And I can be okay because I'm okay with I'm okay with myself, right? So again, we have to just I think look inwardly first, because you said something, Crisette, is that we feed off of compliments, which depletes our funds. And so, we're all beautiful in our own right. Clothes don't make us. Makeup doesn't make us. Nothing makes us but your heart, right? So
right. I just love what you said, and then you said we could have deeper issues. And it's true. We could have deeper issues. And that's why we got a show called We Got Issues. We got issues and we got deeper issues. And we're going to talk about the deeper issues. But I really appreciate that. We got some callers. I'm very excited. So Steve, are you with us? Welcome to We Got Issues. We're glad that you called in. What word do you have for us, Steve?
Ladies, how are you?
Great. How are you?
Let me say something. If consumption was power, black folks would have been free a long time ago. You can't spend your way to freedom. Right. And you can't spend your way to happiness. Right. All have issues. Right. And the village is sick. And if you don't think the village is sick, then look at the conditions black folks living in. Right. And I'm gonna say this: as an undergrad, I interned with a bankruptcy attorney. Black folks won't file bankruptcy because they think it's biblical. Let me tell you, white folks used to come in that office and they filed bankruptcy every 6 or 7 years. It was financial planning. Let me say this. I know people that filed bankruptcy, clients that filed bankruptcy, and their score was higher than people who struggling to pay the bills. Wow. And so I want our people to understand we have to learn to understand money. And the fact is, we are masterful budget people because we've done so much with so little. So it's not, we just need formal education. We have to learn the game. It's just like when the 2008 meltdown, the Great Depression 2.0. Black folks didn't know nothing about HELOCs. Home equity lines of credit. We have senior citizen black folks dying, eating cat food, but they had a house that was free and clear. We didn't understand equity. So there's a lot of things we don't understand. And when it comes to credit, the lady that's on the show, credit is key. You can have all the money you want, but if you ain't got no credit, I can tell you certain things you ain't gonna be able to do in this America. Right? You got to take care of your credit. And let me tell you one easy tip. There's something called a debt validation letter. And the best time to send that letter to the creditors is during a holiday season, especially during a pandemic when they have limited staff. And that debt validation letter basically is you send that letter to the credit saying, hey, I don't know who you are. Why do I owe this debt? They got 30 days to respond. Right now they have limited staff. And if you do it around a holiday, chances are the meter is ticking and they can't respond in those 30 days. The really best time is to do it during Black Friday, from Black Friday to Christmas. No staff. Because they got 30 days to respond to that letter, and if they don't respond to it, now you can go to your credit bureaus and have a relationship from your credit. So that's a free tip, and the young lady may be able to explain that letter more thoroughly than I'm able to do. But I'm just saying, as our people, don't be afraid to file bankruptcy. Right. And don't be afraid to not pay unsecured debt. Let me ask you, ladies, something. If I don't pay a credit card, what's the worst they can do to me? I can't answer that. Credit score, right? But now, if I pay, and that's unsecured debt. Secure debt is your car, your house. Now, if I don't pay my mortgage, they can do what?
Take your house. Right.
You got to learn. Don't worry about unsecured debt, credit cards, because that happens every day. As a matter of fact, they write into their own financial plan charge-offs. They get the money back, or they sell that same account to a company that make for pennies on the dollar. So I'm simply saying we've got to learn to overstand money. We've got to learn to overstand credit, and they don't teach it. Matter of fact, I didn't learn money until I got to grad school. That's the sickness. That's the sickness. We got to start teaching our children financial planning. If I had a child going today, they're going to cut grass, rake leaves, or shovel snow, because that's cash. That's cash. And you ain't even got to leave the block. Well, Steve, I'm telling you, I love your passion. You're passionate about money. And I'm glad you're bringing a message about it. And what I love the most, Steve, is when you started talking about we got this, you started whispering. The debt validation. The whole thing is going through about the debt validation. So I love your passion. I love your interest. And thank you for calling in to We Got Issues, Steve. We really appreciate it. I'm going to have Marionne to tell us a little bit more about what you just said. And then we're going to go to another call. So Grace, hold on. Thanks, Steve.
A little bit to what he said. You want to input on that, or you want to go to the next caller first?
We can take the next caller.
Okay, let's take the next call and then we'll blend it all together.
Okay.
Now, Grace, are you there? Because you might need to whisper as well, because you might have.
So, Grace, talk to us. How you doing? Welcome to We Got Issues. I am absolutely wonderful, ladies, and it's a joy to hear you guys. It's so refreshing. I have to say, Steve, you gave 60% of information that we should be knowing, and we should listen. And I always enjoy Steve's passion. I would have to say, you're not mentioning discipline. When all of this is being talked about, discipline needs to be in the conversation. And a lot of us don't have it. And the priorities are not in order. We want to go out to the club and pop on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but the life is due last month, and they're cutting them off Tuesday. But you don't spend $25, and you could actually make a payment on your utilities. And you got 3 kids there. Discipline, priorities, and that really screwed a lot of individuals up. I would have to say, when you guys talk about saving money is not sexy or attractive or something, I can't remember exactly. Right. I feel absolutely attractive and sexy when I save money. I look at that piece of paper that says this is my balance, or I look in my shoebox or under my mattress and say, man, that makes me feel good. I'm telling you. You know what, creativity, you don't have to have the high-end bag, you don't have the high-end jeans, or even the undies. You know what? You make the clothes, don't let the clothes make you. And you also put something together, and it actually only costs $35, but it looks like $125. We all got that ability to do that. And then don't go spend $300 on your hair, getting it done or whatever a month. Why don't you learn how to do your own hair? You know, just knowing yourself and what is important to you and priorities and discipline. Great subject. And our young ladies and our young men, we really need to be sitting them down and actually pumping this in them. This is a generation that's coming up that is actually losing their shirts before they even get a shirt. I'm telling you, because they're fantasizing about what somebody else is thinking about them and what somebody else needs. So what you're wearing. Who cares? Normally nobody's going out looking at your label on your jeans or your blouse. Nobody's doing that. You are showboat. You wanting to tell them what this label says. And you know what? That's a sad way to live. You need to pull back and realize that discipline and knowing your self-worth is important. And I think it's good in rainbows and a t-shirt. Really. I don't need to go to the high-end store. It's just we have to, and this is great. This is really great. I smile with the whole thing. You guys are doing it. Well, thank you. Great. I am so excited you called in. I just love
We have to call it.
Thank you. Hey, Gloria, I just wanted to just say Gracie was laying it down. She said so many awesome things, and I love that she used the word discipline. And, you know, I always think that, as she said, you make the items don't make you. You know, sometimes I talk with my daughter Kiera, and she laughs to this day. She said, "Mom, you kept us in Payless shoes." She's like, "We were always going to Payless." And she gave me something, Jeepers Creepers. She said something that they would say Jeepers about Payless shoes. And I said, Kiera, I said, listen, at 5 years old, 6 years old, the Payless shoes lit up the same way the other gym shoes that cost more money. And at the end of the day, at 5 years old, 6 years old, you growing out of gym shoes. So it's like, yeah, I said, are your feet okay? Did you have to go to a surgeon to get the feet fixed?
Right.
No. So we laugh about that. And, you know, I just know, I remember one time I was on the elevator, and this is years ago, and I had on a pair of cubic zirconian diamond earrings, right? And I'm feeling good, got my earrings, and I heard somebody behind me say, "Ooh, look at her. Those diamonds are awesome. Those are fabulous." I thought to myself, yep, I paid $15 for them. And if you want to think they're real diamonds, good. So, you know, sometimes we think we have to have the real thing in order to impress people. You know what? I'm impressed with myself. It can cost $15. I'm not that girl that have to, if it's not designer, then I can't, I'm allergic to something that's not designer.
Right. Right. Listen to this, y'all. These quotes. Listen to this. Huh? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Money isn't everything, but it ranks high up there with oxygen. I must say I hate money. No, I must say I hate money, but it's the lack of it that I hate the most. I mean, it's just when you are undervalue who you are, the world will undervalue what you do, and vice versa. I mean, just these things like a man's money will never excite an independent woman, but a woman's money will, right? It's just so many quotes. Be rich is having money, but being wealthy is having time. So it's just something. So I'm going to go back to you, Marionne. What did you think about some of the comments that were given to us between both Grace and Steve and Crisette?
Well, I think all three of them gave excellent points, particularly going back to Crisette when she talked about discipline, and the other listener, it kind of flows with the budgeting, just disciplining yourself. And Steve made some great points. Now, I'm not an advocate of filing bankruptcy, right? I do understand
talk to us
that.
like you think. Right. It's okay. It's all right to disagree. We can finally have somebody on this show to disagree. That's okay. We can have some conversation. So just go ahead and tell us what you think.
You know, because oftentimes our people will resort to that, right? And we'll think that we have to. We might have $5,000 in collections and a repo or something like that, and we think the way out is filing bankruptcy. But then when you file bankruptcy, you know, now you have this other stigma on your credit report. So, you know, if it makes sense, then okay, it's okay to do it. But oftentimes, most people don't even have enough to file bankruptcy. So I don't really flow that way right there, but I love Steve's passion and just talking about, you know, this is something that our younger generation needs to know. And if we can get to them now, because when they get to those college campuses, right?
Right.
The credit card companies are already there. They're already there. They're already there, and it's a setup for failure, you know. And so if these young people are not understanding that this credit card is really not your money, this is not your money. Like you yes, you can go and spend it, but you have to pay it back, right? So again, it just goes back to everything everybody has been saying. It's the mindset, just educating individuals, not just our young people, but those that are on the line now, just getting the information, right, so that you can do better. Everybody has to start somewhere. So it doesn't matter where you are, just start. You know,
that's, yeah, I think that's excellent. Kat, you wanted to add something?
Yes, yes, yes. And apologies to the Facebook audience. I know I've been frozen almost the whole time, but I'm smiling through the whole conversation because I'm trying to tell you, Marionne, you are hitting the nail on the head. So this season, I really believe, you know, God is truly shifting the wealth into our favor. What you get your money you get your money together. How do you start investing? How do you start making it work for you? Give us a few points. Excellent. In addition to them texting you so we can get hooked up with a financial expert.
Absolutely. So again, you know, there are so many ways to make money. First of all, in your sleep, I like to call it, ladies, PJ money, pajama money, making money while you sleep, right? And so there's there's so many ways to invest your money. One, find something that you enjoy, right? And monetize that. So everybody's not necessarily meant to be an entrepreneur per se, but if there's something that's inside of you, right, you can monetize that. If you like to cook, you can monetize that. If you like animals and you like to walk dogs, you can monetize that, right? So now, not only we're not talking about investing right now, we're talking about making an additional stream of income, right? It's not necessarily about joining a business or whatever. Those are great. Those are really great. But whatever is inside of you, monetize that. I produce Gloria, I don't know that you know, but I actually published a prayer journal. I published a prayer journal, right? An 800-page prayer journal that God gave me. Yeah. And so
800-page? No. Show that thing. Say the name of it. Go ahead. Say the name of it. Wow. Sunshine. Read the name of it. Read the name of it so they can hear it on the station.
Discovering 365 Days of Sunshine. And but I didn't do this for money, right? But whatever is inside of you, tap into that and monetize it, and then make your money begin to work for you. So if it's buying stocks, you know, if it's buying CDs, do something whereas your money is producing more money for you. Okay. I don't want to tell you what to do, but there's a plethora of ways that you can actually invest your money and it begins to work in your favor.
And where do they get the book?
Well, you know what? It's actually on Amazon, but it's sold out. But it's sold out currently. But I have yes, I know God is good. But you that number 678-778-2930 gets you directly to me. And I can get you one. I'm actually working on the second edition right now. But you all again, just credit is everything. Credit is everything. Credit is everything. I like to say it 3 times.
I love that. That's a great segue. Credit is everything. Credit is everything. Credit is everything. And of course, you would have a book in Crisette's favorite color, which is yellow. You guys, we are so excited. Monday, we will not be here. The Force of Friendship on the We Got Issues will not be here Monday because of its Memorial Day weekend. So we hope that you have a phenomenal weekend. But we're so glad you joined us today. And Marionne. Did I say it right? Marionne.
You said it right. Yes, ma'am.
You said it right. You were an exciting guest. You were an excellent guest. You were a passionate guest. You were an energetic guest. And you were an educational guest. To my girlfriends, I will miss you Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. But we'll be back here Tuesday with Sabrina. The whole force will be with us as we will bring you We Got Issues Monday through Friday. Every day, 6 to 7 p.m. Tell a girlfriend, let's grow this tribe. Let's blow this tribe out of the water. Find us on our social media. Find us on our Instagram. Find us on our Facebook page and share what you know about us so we can bring more people into the fold. Because guess what? We got issues. You got issues. We all got issues. And we'll see you. We'll see you next week. Love you lots. Bye.
Bye. OMG. I don't know if y'all can hear me, but I sure was frozen.
Okay. Marionne. I got to think of that. Marionne, you can hang up on the radio station.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us? Can you hear us on that? You have to turn your laptop up higher.
Can you hear us now?
Do I turn the phone off?
Yeah, turn the phone off.
Okay, I did. Okay.
Okay, good. And you know what, y'all? Those AirPods work great. Those AirPods work
awesome.
Great. They work great. You guys,
nice and clear.
Facebook, we loved your comments. We loved your comments. Thank you so much. It's so good. You guys, please tell everybody about us, but we won't be here Monday. So if you come here Monday looking for us, you ain't gonna find us, okay? That's not gonna happen. So we are so excited that you joined us, and we're awesomely excited about what's gonna happen with everybody next week. Mariana, tell them one more time your phone number. One more time your phone number.
Absolutely, I sure will. And Gloria, let me say this right here too, because I know we're talking about saving. And nothing I do is ever for money. Nothing. God is my source and God blesses me. So if there are individuals on here and your pride, you can push your pride to the side, right? I'm willing to save you $100. You can start my services for simply $89. I'm just going to put it out there. Now, if your credit is subpar, you need to find $89 because I'm here willing to help you get where you need to get to, right? So my number is 678-778-2930. You cannot beat $89 to get your credit repaired. I don't even know what you can't really even buy much. I can't take my 3 kids out for dinner for less than $89, right? So if you have somebody here that's trying to help you get from where you are to where you want to be, put the pride to the side. Don't eat out this weekend. Don't buy that new bag. Don't buy those new shoes. And text me at 678-778-2930. This is my passion. I love helping people to get on the path to financial freedom, and I look forward to your texts.
Awesome. That is so perfect. That is so perfect. Oh my gosh, you guys. What in the world are we going to do? Our tribe is just filling up with some amazing women, just amazing women. So we're so glad that you're with us. Facebook, we love you. And thank you, Mariana. That was such, Mariani, that was such a generous offer. It was such a generous offer. So you guys, not only is she talking to you, but she's talking to somebody you might know, a sister, a friend, someone, a cousin. You know, we know so many people that don't understand. So now we have a way for you to understand all these things that we're talking about. So we'll talk to you later, you guys. Bye. Love you guys. See ya.